No kids, no other commitments. This one confirm spend a lot.
Like those uncle wear singlet, but they live in Orchard Road.
LV.
Kind.
They shop in LV.
Singlet and shorts, but actually, yeah, my house upstairs.
Any questions you guys are going to start off asking each other?
Everyone married?
Married.
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 No.
Not married.
Yeah.
So you buy your own house?
With my partner.
She looked quite young, so maybe buy condo.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably buy private.
Because buy with partner ma, how to buy HDB?
I think she's at the end.
So I think I put you here.
Yeah.
You can move around lah.
I personally feel I don't really spend a lot on reno.
I think you spend a lot.
About middle?
If you don't tell me you're married, you look like those kind of bachelor pet will spend a lot on self-grooming.
I think she still spends the
I think she's spend the more. I don't think she's the least.
Yeah.
I think June is the
Definitely
most.
not the least.
Why? She look like someone who spend a lot.
She looks like she will spend on herself to enjoy lifestyle, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm still okay.
Go to the center.
I'm still okay. I think I stand as everyone.
You should be here.
I should be here.
You should be here, and then maybe me. Yeah, I think along these lines.
Okay. I'll be in the middle.
Why do people think that you spend a lot of money?
Usually people just like to judge me for my appearance, like 100% of the time.
Maybe that's what you make people think, ma.
Why? I'm not wearing any branded right now.
Or is that to throw people off?
Show people off.
Possible. Like those uncle wear singlet, but they live in Orchard Road.
LV.
Kind.
They shop in LV.
Singlet and shorts, but actually, yeah, my house upstairs.
No, I'm not.
Who has kids?
I have one.
One. Kids.
Kids.
2 cats.
Two cats. I have one cat
One dog.
and one kid.
Do you think people who have kids or who have pets are more likely to spend more on their house?
I think so.
Actually, not necessary.
Not necessary, yeah.
Not necessary.
But I think based on job, you might spend more. As a realtor, you will want a nice house also.
But I think for me, nice house stems more from like my nature in the creative field, more than being a realtor. I pay attention to details, but doesn't mean I spend a lot.
But I will feel your house will be nicer, or you will actually put in more money because for your content.
I want to make my house unique, but I am also attentive to how I spend to make sure I don't overspend.
You guys think like someone who is employed full-time versus someone who is like self-employed, do you think that affects the spending habits?
For sure, because as a self-employed person like myself, I have to contribute my own CPF. So that takes out a big portion of money compared to somebody who's employed, right? And then you get your CPF from the employer also. So it's a little bit extra here and there.
I think it definitely makes a big difference because as a full-timer, you really have like a fixed pay. You have a CPF that might determine like how much you can purchase a house versus like a self-employed person, because it really depends down to your sales. If your sales that month is really very bad, right, then you might not be able to like buy a house immediately. But then if you self-employed like a realtor, within like 1 month you can get a new launch. Yeah, because you can pay for the down payment and stuff. So it really depends on the spending power.
Whether you are fixed income or self-employed also got super high earners. Fixed pay people also got low income earners. So I don't think it's really whether it's fixed or self-employed. Actually, is at the end of the day, it's the person's spending power. And then, of course, that person's habits.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Yeah.
Who likes the finer things in life?
I'm still the kind of person who looks for my 80 cent to $1 prata and a nice cup of teh tarik.
Starbucks or kopi?
Kopi, or anytime.
Who is for Starbucks here?
Clearly.
That's a different taste to it.
Okay.
Okay.
When you guys did the reno, did you guys like plan to have kids at that point in time?
Didn't really plan for kids in that sense. So even I think before COVID already, we knew that we were going to work from home. So plan out a home office lah, like proper tables and
I
stuff.
think you will spend a lot in this house. Yeah, no kids, no other commitments ma. Then work from home, you definitely want to invest in your own comfort. This one confirm spend a lot in the house.
Comfort doesn't need to be expensive.
But more than
You
June?
are more willing to
I
invest.
think more
is it?
than June already. Yeah.
Do you think more than June?
I think
Maybe
more
more
than
than June.
Should we change?
I still don't think so. Yeah, I still don't think so. I fear she goes straight to private. I can't afford private.
One of the factors that I felt I could have put into thought of making my home baby friendly. It was just me and my husband then, so we were really looking into minimalist, and then with the island and all sorts. Now with a baby, my house is practically not baby safe. When I discuss with my friends who've had baby and currently doing renovations, right, factoring all this baby friendly into renovation do have added costs. It's one of the things that we kept in mind. The most that we spent on was the kitchen because there was a lot of customizations.
What material is your countertop?
I went for the, what you call that?
Caesar stone, quartz.
Quartz.
Okay, can.
Caesar stone. Yeah, Caesar stone is
Do you start your reno from scratch, or is it like when you move in, is it like a bare unit?
I bought a resale. One of the factors when I looked for my house was whether there will be a lot of works for it. So when I chose it, it did look like, it wouldn't be a lot of work, but when you actually go in, right, it's really you have to change everything.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so
I think you can stay here.
yeah.
Do you guys think like resale or BTO flats will be spending more?
They say BTO will be relatively cheaper,
Yes.
but I think your choice of materials and how you want it, like customization. So you can't quite say whether BTO or resale. I think it really depends on your expectation.
I can probably add to that because I bought resale, but I bought resale during the buyer's market. And back then, really, I had not much money. So we only did the toilets.
And it was moving condition.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think that makes a difference also.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. But for others who do resale, you have to pay the hacking.
Yes.
Yeah, the hacking is very costly.
The make good. After you had, you gotta make good, and
Yeah,
that's the expensive part for it.
In this group, who bought resale?
resale.
When looking for a resale property, right, do you factor in like how much work has to be done and how much you will keep?
When I went to visit the house, the condition was already like quite good. I know that I don't have to hack anything already. And before me was actually a tenant. So because he's a tenant, right, so he cannot like build or modify or like fix anything. Then when I look at the toilet, all the floorings, all this, the tiles, I think it's all in quite good conditions.
My place was moving condition. I mean the floor wasn't great, but we were still okay with it lah. I had a discussion with my wife and we were like, I think we can live here for quite a while more, and then we'll decide, when we're gonna revamp the house maybe later. So that was one of the key things lah when we were buying a house, because back then it was 7-8 years ago and only a couple of years worth of work in, so didn't have much savings lah. And when we were looking at buying a house, that was one of our key factors, because we looked at old houses. Looking at the old houses then, it was a lot more affordable.
If you guys buy a resale, right, what is the one thing, right, that is a non-negotiable? Doesn't matter how old the house is, you will confirm change one.
toilet bowl.
Toilet.
Toilet
Yeah,
bowl.
toilet bowl and maybe the sink area. Yeah.
Toilet bowl sure change.
Toilet bowl.
Yeah, but even if the design is new, I'll still change the toilet bowl.
It's like pressing my butt against it.
TMI.
Do you guys think age plays a part in like how much someone is willing to spend on their renovation?
It will play a small part because for them probably their focus will be on retirement.
No, I think income. Someone young can earn a lot. I mean, if ceteris paribus, we are only talking about age. I think younger people are more likely to spend more than older people. Because they might think that I want to enjoy life, I want to have a good environment where I can chill with my friends at home, people can come over and just chit chat, drink beer. Older people may not think of this, they are more practical, they will just, 我还有多几个10年, that kind of thing. Mentality will be very different, it might be more conservative.
Do you guys view your house as like a forever home, or is it a stepping stone?
I mean, like me and my parents able to afford, we would want to like upgrade to a bigger space.
Do you think it affects how much you will spend on your renovations?
It affects the renovation part because I don't want to pay for the 3 years SSD.
SSD.
Yeah, so of course my mindset is I'm able to like sell away after 3 years or 5 years. That means I won't spend a long period of time in the house. So it will determine how much I want to spend on my renovation cost. So if I were to spend a lot on the renovation, right, then it will hold me back if I want to buy a second property because I will think of how much I spent on the reno.
Does that change your perception of her?
Maybe a bit. I think he will have spent the most.
I
He
think Linda
he
more.
said he did the
Yeah.
toilet only.
I think Linda should be at least
Yeah, Linda, I would
first two.
say
You should be.
You should be the first two. You should be one of the
first two,
first
first
two.
two.
Let's move. Oh, you're the first.
No, I don't think I'm first though. I think Jeremiah may have spent more than.
Unlikely.
Calvin will be strict.
Yeah, you also need to go that side.
But me more than who?
Me.
I'm okay.
Jeremiah, I feel more
thought
than
you should-
Jeremiah also.
Really?
I think you spend more than.
I spend more than you.
Yeah.
I mean, when I hear about how you customize your kitchen, I'm like, okay.
No, but you
I
did
think so too.
the.
I think you should send.
I was like, oh.
Okay, maybe next we'll look at some photos of your houses.
Can guess Can guess
Okay, that's
Linda,
Oh yeah.
because she keep mentioning about the island just now.
Oh my god, the renovation. I think she will say a lot on the renovation.
This is what, sir?
Laminate.
Marble,
is it?
right?
Laminate.
Laminate.
But
Yeah.
this is walk-in.
This is the main door.
Oh
my
wow, and
goodness.
it's a concealed door leh. If it's a
different-
concealed door like that, right, confirm expensive.
Carpentry, man.
Yeah, very
Yeah, you
cram,
are standing at the right place.
Yeah, so this was
This is
the
the
kitchen.
actual.
Yeah, this is the actual kitchen.
Okay.
So initially when we chose the flat, we thought it was really like move in. I wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything. So initially flooring wasn't even in the renovation. But then I found like, oh, there's like cracks.
Oh.
We did end up doing the flooring also.
The whole flooring, including like this.
Yeah. But it's an overlay. It's an overlay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you get a haiku fan in the end?
I got a cheaper fan. I didn't go for this.
Oh, okay. Next person.
Then my two
Wow,
cats.
a lot.
My two cats.
That's right.
Hey, your carpentry also gao lat leh.
Yeah.
It's a lot of carpentry eh.
Yeah.
So this is actually version 2 of the house. So after living there for quite a number of years, then we decided to redo the house.
Wow, you really catered for your cats.
Yeah,
eh,
that's why all those like
spaces.
small details.
Where's the rooms?
Yeah, so the room access is
Oh,
like
the
this.
room is behind. It's
The
from
table
here.
behind.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is actually the toilet entrance that they shifted, the previous owners. So we didn't have to pay for a lot.
Oh, yours also,
Also
a lot of
carpentry.
carpentry.
This one is my
The
house
period.
Oh,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, this one also a lot of carpentry. Yeah.
I would say not really because that one was like a wardrobe study.
So yours is four room.
4-room BTO. It's already the new layout already. But
Oh,
it's
just the L-shaped one.
yeah, it's the L shape, but it was open concept from the start, the kitchen. So
Oh,
I
you
just
choose
built
You choose to not have it, right? You can choose one, right?
it was open concept when we were offered. So
Okay.
I just built an island, a small one over at the corner.
But carpentry, all these you have to do yourself. Everything.
Yeah, all these are the ID. Yeah. And then the TV wall we did also. So I would say minimum.
Interesting layout.
Oh, yeah,
right.
actually I concealed the bomb
The bomb
shelter,
shelter,
like,
bomb
the
shelter,
door.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. This is
yours,
my.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very expensive already.
So 1 bedroom plus study, 1 plus study. So for the carpentry, for the living room is only like this TV console, yeah, for the carpentry. And then I never do any renovation for the toilet at all. Cause it's all looks brand new. So this is my toilet bowl.
Why your toilet book got light one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scared you cannot see the.
Oh, is that UV disinfecting light?
Oh, the
no, it's
disinfecting
a
thing,
intelligent, the smart
Okay.
toilet
Can
bowl.
afford smart toilet.
I think she need to stand there already.
Toilet.
You need to, yeah.
Is it got heat warmer?
Yeah, got heat warmer.
the spray,
Yeah, got spray.
Oh, the bidet, everything lah.
Yeah, so when you walk in front, then the toilet bowl will open, like automatically.
Is that you top up one? You buy yourself one?
I changed the toilet bowl.
Oh, the whole toilet bowl. Okay.
Yeah, just so for the toilet, right? The only thing that I changed is just the toilet bowl, the tap, and then the shower head.
Right. I think the toilet bowl alone costs quite a bit for the
Yeah.
enough to do up a toilet. I saw the prices for the smart toilets.
And then this is my study room because 1 plus study, right? So this is my study area. And
So
then,
she even invests in nice switches.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. I changed all the switches to silver color one.
The Legrand one, is
Yeah.
it?
And then I get on the.
Aiyo.
Oh.
The mirror also.
This one fancy.
Yours is
this
a
one-
smart house, okay?
Yeah, so I spend most of the reno like at this study area, and then this is where I put my like makeup, skincare. So I'll just like sit at the corner here every morning to do my makeup. Hey, this is the kitchen.
So do you redo the whole kitchen?
No,
What do you do in the kitchen?
nothing.
Maybe she wouldn't have spent so much. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
I think her per unit pricing very high.
it's just that the total
Overall,
overall quantum will be less.
Yeah.
Or maybe
In the study
or maybe balance out. Maybe her one study room equal to our 2 bedroom.
Her toilet bowl offset a lot.
Her one toilet bowl or yes.
Right.
Oh, so nice.
So mine is a
Oh, there's a lot.
high ceiling.
Yeah,
So we built a lot.
This entire thing is also like reno.
It's
Like
a
this?
carpentry, yeah.
Oh, carpentry.
Oh,
Yeah, the whole thing is carpentry.
yes.
Oh, wait.
So this one is the living entrance.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
The curve for this
Yeah.
will
So
cost
it's a
extra.
two-story,
But it's just a 2-bed condo, but we have high ceiling.
and
yeah.
they allow
so
you to build
we,
the loft.
we maximize the space by building some carpentry and making a deck up lah.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is another angle. So the living room is not very big lah. So that's why we extend it outwards and create more space.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I put my living room on top instead. Then downstairs is purely an island.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And this is the master. So we needed to create a platform to have more storage lah. No choice lah. Small units you have to think of ways to create more storage.
So, after seeing the photos, have your impressions changed?
Yeah, I think you're on the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
end, yeah. And you are the second one.
I think with your
I think
toilet.
the second, yeah.
Your
But
toilet bowl.
the hacking and stuff is quite expensive
actually
also.
got
The overlay,
Yeah,
the
I think
hacking,
ours
yeah.
is quite a lot of reno.
Yeah.
No, I think the two of you about the same.
Yeah.
About
About
the same.
there, yeah, but
So I
because
should
her
stay
toilet,
at the fourth
her
one.
toilet is the costly one.
So me or her more?
I think she more.
Yeah.
No.
I think you
I
more,
think
yeah,
her,
you
yeah.
second one.
I think you second one.
You
So
second
you're
But
one.
you had a lot more carpentry, so
Carpentry only. And that was all living room only.
Yours is
How
the
was
whole
your
house,
bedroom?
eh.
How's your bedroom?
So when we bought the place, there was a walk-in wardrobe. Already, like, it was all there. So
I feel like you're the second one. Eh.
But I
think-
feel
I think
his will be
Yeah.
more because the way they customize for the cats, you know.
Oh.
They
Yeah.
have like
I
special
remember I went to a
customization.
friend and I had a very good discount.
I think Linda more.
Yeah.
Linda
You're
second.
second, yeah, you are third.
Your toilet bowl,
Yeah.
Yeah, the toilet bowl will win.
Yes, but the toilet bowl win me for sure.
The toilet bowl convinced me that
Yeah.
Who renovated before COVID?
I was close around COVID. It's really at COVID.
So before COVID, confirm cheaper also.
Yeah,
before COVID convent cheaper.
before. Yeah.
So hers in today's context will be here actually.
You went from number 1 to now number 4.
Yeah, they judge me.
I mean, because okay, like, to be fair, there are parts of the house that are completely
Yeah.
no need to do. Yeah. So her overall cost wouldn't be that high. But I think if we count by per room, right, then she wins.
Per
lah.
unit.
Purchase
The
price.
per unit cost, yeah.
Like she would have spent a lot on her study, but she didn't spend a lot in the living.
You guys have any reno regrets? Like certain things you wish you would have done and certain things you wish you did not spend as much money on.
For me, it's my kitchen because I don't know if you noticed, my kitchen have this, I don't know how you call it, the border. Just for the indent, right? So it looks like more 3D.
Yes, yes,
Every
yes.
single thing
A
costs
little-
extra. But back then, when I was younger, I thought, oh, it looks nice.
For me, no. Like, I got no regrets in all my renovation. Yeah, I love every bit and pieces of the house. Yeah.
Favorite part?
Yeah, everything. But then, favorite maybe the toilet.
What's your favorite part of your toilet?
The toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl.
She almost said bathtub.
Oh yeah, the toilet bowl.
Why do you need heated seats in Singapore?
Yeah, actually it's very comfortable one. You used before or not?
I used before, and it just makes me sweat like crazy. Like,
But because my aircon is on most of the time, so I feel so like super shocked when the room is like very cold, the toilet is very cold, and then you sit
Instead
on
of
the
a
toilet.
toasty, a toasty.
Toilet bowl, then you can enjoy the
I like it when I'm in overseas, like Japan.
They even have the function of you do like the dry air. the dry function. Even come with the controller, so I enjoy like sitting down and playing with that.
wow, okay. Any of you have a smart home? The phone?
No,
No.
I don't.
Don't know yet in discussion.
Don't know yet, okay.
In discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
I was discussing with the ID like how much of smartness is required.
Right.
Yeah, maybe just the lights, not the super crazy kind of smart home lah.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a house the other day. It was all operated by phone. That is something I don't ever want.
Why not?
I mean, imagine trying to replace devices. I'm still old school. I like to walk to the switch and turn it off.
Or sometimes you're so comfortable in bed and then the switch seems so far away.
Oh no, I plan the switches close to where I normally work.
Yeah, correct. I think for resale, electrical is the most expensive because you want that specific layout, so you had to move
Can be.
the power point around.
But if it's an
Yeah.
old flat, usually have to rewire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because it's quite in quite
one
bad
of the
shape.
factor was the electrical.
Yeah.
For those who got resale, right, were there any hidden costs that you discovered along the way, like replacing piping, replacing tiles, replacing wiring, things like this, that you didn't anticipate?
Have.
Yeah.
Sure have surprises one.
Yeah.
Sure have surprises.
Yeah.
then you just need to tell yourself, you don't
Bo pian.
do then how bo
Yeah.
pian, right?
Yeah,
You have
I
to move on.
remember reading an article where they tell you that the price that usually you're quoted, you have to factor in maybe up to 20% extra
Yeah.
as a backup.
How do you decide on your budget? Or did you all just go in with an open mind thinking, I want this, and then from there either add on or take out?
Yes, at that approach exactly. We went to survey the market, of course. Like we spoke to a couple of contractors, and back then we were still thinking the pre-COVID price. We raised our expectations a little bit and got quotations from different companies based on what we wanted. From there, we adjusted.
I plan backwards also. I go with the idea of what I want and the design, the concepts. Then just give us a cost first. From there, we work backwards like, okay, too much, cancel out. Rather than later on add up. So I go with the full idea of what we want first, then we minus off whatever we feel is not necessary. Or rather, we are able to compromise. That I didn't do loft for my master room. That was one of the part that we felt, okay, this is going to add up another 15K.
With that approach, right, was there a fixed limit or like sky's the limit?
At the start, sure, the sky is the limit, then we just work backwards. Of course, the ID will still ask us at the start, like, what is our absolute limit?
In the lowest amount spent, we have Junwai with $20,000. Okay, so you can move. You can move to your rightful position.
Wow.
Really?
20 only. Wow.
Really?
Wow. How much was the toilet bowl?
Toilet bowl I bought from Taobao actually. I went to a showroom to see the toilet bowl and it cost around 2,000.
Yeah.
About 2,000 because it's a smart toilet bowl. Then I was like about to purchase it. But after that I'm like, So I scanned the toilet bowl and now I check. It's around 500. It's not exactly the same design. The only difference is the text, right? It's in Chinese, that's all. But the design is totally the same. That's why I chose to go for Taobao. The entire toilet bowl cost me around 500 plus.
Okay. Yeah. That's about the price of a regular toilet bowl.
That's why.
Yeah.
Now you know.
It is.
Good deal.
Good deal.
That's a good deal.
Okay, in the second position, we have Jeanette. How much you spend?
25 to 30K, around there. Yeah.
Wow.
Before COVID somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was really lucky,
it's-
yeah.
Maybe that's why before.
The moment I moved in, then lockdown already. It's really lucky. Everything was
wow.
done. Yeah.
Okay, in third position, we have Linda.
I knew.
Oh,
These
interesting.
two very great. A bit.
Because of the cat.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Business spend.
I spent 50K.
Maybe pre-COVID also, that's why.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, that's why.
For 50K.
Yeah, that played a factor.
Yeah. It went up to 50 because of all the hidden and surprise costing from resale.
I see.
Yeah.
Previously, it was lesser.
Like
Yes.
40-ish lah.
Initially, it was at 40, but with the flooring and then with all the sudden, like, oh, we had to do this, we have to do this.
In today's context, in post-COVID, right, if she's doing the same work, right, how much do you think should be paying?
About 90
90.
plus.
Yeah, 80, 90.
80, 90 plus.
Yeah.
In fourth position, we have Kelvin.
Yeah! Oh my god, just spent a
Wow. Totally different.
So Kelvin, you are still in the midst of reno, but
Yeah,
is it
but
like
80. Last phase already lah. Surprisingly, the work started this week, but he can finish in 1 month. Actually now the speed of renovation, I think going back to the days pre-COVID already, not so slow already.
And then Jeremiah is number one because he spent
6 digit.
200.
200!
Okay, but
What
to
was
be
the
fair,
costly
it's a little bit of an adventure because I got scammed. So,
Okay.
so the total amount that we put in was 200.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
painful. We lost about 120,000 because we got cheated lah. We had to loan money and then we continued with the reno.
You mean
Because-
the
we
ID
were-
run away or?
No, the ID basically, in a nutshell, took our money and just used it for personal use.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Were they even a company?
Yes, they were a registered company, and I think it's gone a bit bigger into a serial scam. We were without a house for 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they stopped work and
No, they didn't even do
They
hacking.
they didn't even start.
They DIY hacked my house. Yeah. They said it was quiet works, and they were helping the contractor to remove floorboards first. Then after I kept chasing. So after 3 months, still haven't hacked. No application made either. We confronted them, gave them a repayment contract, and it's still today, I've only collected back a small amount.
Usually, reno, you have progressive payment, right?
Yes.
Like according
Yeah.
to the different phases.
Yeah.
Do you want to go in a little bit into why such a big amount was?
We didn't pay, of course, the full amount
Yeah.
upfront. When we made the first payment and the subsequent payments, they were like, hey, you want to save money? How about we order the tiles, then it's GST 1% less before the GST hike. So they're like, how about we place the orders now so that they can send it later. We paid out over 16 payments from December to about May 2023. And they just kept leading us on. When we chased them for the hacking, they're like, no, it'll be done very soon. But don't worry, we can go and order the materials first. They kept sidetracking us. And eventually, like, we found out, I realized that during one of the meetings, the guy was actually very fidgety, very nervous.
Oh.
It's like, something's not right. The whole reason why I went with their company was because they hired my friend. And I wanted to support her. At that point also, we didn't think so much about, the accreditations and trusted companies, etc. After a while, she also never get salary.
She's a paid
Victim.
salary
Yeah, she's a
worker
paid
there.
work. She's a salary worker with commission, and we were like, oh, okay, I mean, I support you.
So anything in hindsight that you would do differently, having been like a victim of a serial scam?
It's not like we didn't do our due diligence. In terms of comparing quotes and all that, what we wanted, they were like, yeah, we can give you all this for the cheapest price, comparing with the other companies.
So they want to get your business.
Definitely wanted to get our business lah. At that point in time, already the trust is there because I thought my friend was going to manage the project. Unfortunately, when the project was about to start, they took her off the project, said she's busy, don't disturb her. We will take over and you can pay me. So that was where I realized that something is not right.
Were there any other things that were
Any
like-
red flags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any red flags along the way?
To be fair, we were very trusting lah. Any opportunity to save money would be
Yeah,
great, right?
correct.
If you had a reliable builder who came to you and actually before the GST hike, you want to save 1%.
Right. Sounds
Yeah, it sounds legit.
ah.
Yeah.
And 1% of 80,000 is a lot, Yeah. So why not? If I look back, the moment they didn't progress with certain works, I should have called a stop to it. Like for example, if the hacking didn't go through, I should have used that to kind of
Yeah.
like push them.
Maybe you wouldn't have paid so much
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
I would not have. I probably would have lost a lot less money lah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think like there are other signs that potential homeowners can like look out for?
I think look for social media reviews. For myself, I really look into the reviews. Like I look at how they rate about the quality, or were there any like renovation nightmares they were complaining about the IDs. Compare different companies, and then that's how I nailed down like to 5, and then I went to speak to individually before I commit to one. Yeah, I think the reviews are very important.
Yeah, agree.
Mine was more of a convenience. The IDs that I selected was somewhere where it's convenient for me to travel to. You end up having to go up and down to the office just to get some things done. That's one of the things that I learned and tried to get one which is of a convenient area to go to.
My ID was like a family friend, so so it's a trusted person.
So you never think so much.
The only thing that I think is the design. Like go show play, I think new idea design, how to improve.
And the toilet bowl.
And the toilet bowl, yes, the toilet bowl.
I think one of the biggest questions that I get asked is, you wait 3 months for hacking?
Yeah.
So aside from leading us on a wild goose chase to order materials at the same time, we gave them a break because she's like, oh, I'm pregnant. I discussed with my wife and we were like, okay, don't stress a pregnant woman. Then after that, I miscarriage. So I think that was at least a 6 to 7 week break.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I hands off. I don't chase.
But even if it's like a scam, right? So much effort for the
Yeah.
scammer to do that. It's
I
like a
mean-
full-time job, yeah. You need to reply to so many people.
That's why.
But you mentioned you have to do 16 payments, right? Like something.
Yeah,
like
so it's
was it
broken down
normal
and-
for a usual one?
I only got 4 payments.
Yeah, I know. And most people do that. Initially, when she presented the payment contract, it was also about 4 payments.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after that, because due to circumstances, according to them, the GST hike. Do you want to order this first? Do you
So
want-
they actually broke down your payments so they could just get whatever
Bits
they
and
could get.
pieces.
Correct. I mean, if somebody comes to you, if June tells you about the toilet bowl, $500,
Yeah.
and it's now in Singapore, you don't have to wait for Taobao to ship over. I think most people will grab it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Actually, the toilet bowl $200 only. She makan the $300.
Possible. Yeah, so it's a little bit of the trust is already there. Everything felt quite legit in terms of contract, you know, so on and so forth. There was no questioning.
Final question. Do you guys believe there's such thing as like 100% smooth sailing renovation?
I don't.
No.
I think there's bound to be
Everything has
something,
hiccups.
hiccups, yeah.
Hiccups, yeah.
There are hiccups, but I think what's important is in the case where there is an ID, is whether the ID does a good management job.
Communication also.
Communication.
Communication would be key.
My previous place was a terrible example. Yeah, the ID wasn't, in short, it just wasn't that good in communication. That was the main issue that I had in my previous one. And this time around is totally different because we were very attentive to ensuring that we can find someone that we can communicate well with and someone who is responsive.
Yeah, responsive especially. I think there's too many moving parts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So it's hard to coordinate, especially for people who are doing renovation for the first time. You wouldn't realize that, oh, it's electrical first, then carpentry.
For me, I don't have any like hiccups like through the renovation process. For me, it's just like very interesting. Like, how did they like fix the switch? Then I just look at the switch thing, like how they change the switch. Like, it's more of, like a fun exploring part for me.
So next time you fix your own switch, you
I still don't know how to fix it.
I think because like for myself, I don't believe also because I heard of the nightmare that my neighbor encountered. So it delayed for another 3 months. When they did the carpentry, they block up the DV box and there's no way to access it. So they have to hack down and put out the whole thing again.
Then if you have
That's
a
one of
blackout,
the
how do you...
nightmare.
how
Yeah,
do
that's
you
the thing. So they
provide
didn't.
electricity?
When the ID did for them, they didn't really go and think through. So that was one of the nightmares
Box
that
up
they
the
faced.
DV.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you got blackout, then you'll be like details.
Yeah.
It's not always that. There's like LED lights, mood lights.
So you
Depends on my mood. Nah.
Okay, Ken. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.